is everyone? Toni, hi, Kim, Louisa, awesome. Okay, as we do, let's start out with some wins. Who's got a win for me this week? We started out with a little bit of the stressors. If you hopped in, we were chatting. And I know you guys are working so hard, and I am seeing all of your product launches happen online, and I'm so excited for you. And if you haven't launched, I see that you're starting to like warm up your audience and get them ready, which is super exciting. Toni, I saw yours. Carissa, I don't think she's on here yet, but hers was getting them all warmed up about it. Amy too. So the whole thing. So it's awesome. And I'm so excited for you guys. Oh, journal's done. Yeah. Yes, grab her freebie support. And also remember too, like drop a keyword for everybody that's launching these online, because you can see how their funnels are working. I remember when I was starting to build out my first funnel, I opted into probably 100 freebies just so I could analyze the flow in which it happened. I know, and I would take like screenshots, because you don't know as you're getting started. So just see the flow, see what you like. Remember, million ways to skin this cat. We don't all have to do it the same. So there's that. But I definitely want to hear some wins from you this week. Does anybody have any that they want to come off mute for and share?
I will. Hi.
Hi, Toni.
My
Yeah.
win is just hanging in there, like Chelsea,
Yeah.
um, fighting like a stomach bug and all kinds of stuff, and like just have a lot going on too. So
Yeah.
my win is just that I'm not giving up, and I'm
I
still
love that.
plugging away. Um, I'm supposed to launch my new, my freebie that I've been working on.
Okay.
And I'm really excited about those today. And I'm really excited about that. We're getting it all connected. Um, so
I
yeah,
love
that's
that.
coming later today. And
Okay.
my kids
Cool.
have already been using my journal, my jar prompts. It's like a printable that you
Yeah.
chop up and put into a jar, and you just pull them out. And um, so it's like really easy for moms, and the kids are loving the prompts that they've done so far. So
Good.
I'm excited to keep doing that with them and just sharing.
Oh, so good. Awesome. I'm trying to keep eyes on the chat. I'm not the best at that at the same time. So I'm seeing things are popping up. So, okay, this is great. So, Toni, like that's great progress. Like a baby step, or what you think is a baby step is a huge leap for some others of us in here, Like that's amazing. So don't discredit that. That's awesome. All right, how about anybody else? Any progress you've made this week on your products? Anything at all?
I
Any?
do. I just have my
All right,
mouth full,
Amy.
so I was trying not to speak with food in my mouth.
Yeah.
Um, I am in the middle of creating. So I think you knew before I had that product that was an affiliate that was Content Revolution.
Yes.
Well, the person who had it shut it down. So that was my one product that I was pushing. So I thought, well, I could create my own with using the AI stuff that I'm doing.
Yeah.
So I've just been making lots of AI avatars for that, and I'm going to create a similar product that people can use, and it will have male, female, just different avatars in there that people can use, videos, pictures, hooks, captions, and it will be an affiliate product. So it's similar to what that other one was, and I figured, well, may as well just replace it if it's.
I love that. That's amazing, because I mean, people do need B-roll, and who cares? Like the avatar thing, like it's blowing up. Are you guys seeing the AI progress this week? It is insane. So it is moving rapidly. And Kat, Chelsea and I have told you, like, we believe like this is palpable right now, and so I think that's a great idea. That's amazing. I think that people are going to jump on that for sure, and many probably inside of this group too who need, content. I think that solved a very specific problem. So what she's talking about is like you can use AI avatars to sell your products, like do B-roll for you. And for Kat specifically, it's replacing her face. So it's it's like her face moving and grooving and doing things in B-roll, but she didn't do any of that. She's not actually there, right? Doing those things. And it's very powerful. And I'm seeing it everywhere. It's exploding. You could even build a whole account that's not your face, but you have like an avatar that you're using, and they're doing all sorts of things, right? So like, there's no excuse today. If you don't want to be the brand, create the brand. They said that I think in the next couple of years, avatars there'll be more like avatar influencers than regular ones, or ones that are relevant. So so this is the time is now to like, use this type of stuff. We have so many people rolling in right now. This is so great. I'm excited. I think the link went out. Okay. That's awesome. Okay, well, anybody else have a win that they wanna share now that we have everybody? Amy, let's go. Let's hear it.
So I previously been an affiliate with Mom Bomb bath products, and so I reached back out to Heather, and we're starting up a collaboration again, and I'm really excited about that.
That's amazing. Good. Well, I hope that like everything that you're learning, you can start applying like to that collab. That's awesome. Cool. All right. Anybody else want to share today? Anybody? I'll go. Mine's not about technology or products, but mine's more about just like coming into my confidence and in my center with like just what I'm working on, and just like feeling really good and letting like God just like lead the way. And I'm just like letting go. And I've realized that like I have control issues over like the outcome of things. And I really didn't think that that was something I was personally struggling with, but I have been. And so I feel a lot lighter over the past couple of days, and I'm just so grateful. So if there's anything you're holding on to, if you're like, God, this thing has to work because of whatever, has to work, just give it to him and let yourself be lifted. And I promise you'll feel so much better. Great. Hi, Carissa. We were just talking about you earlier. Okay, so I am so excited that so many of you in here are like launching your products. I'm starting to see you warm up your audience online, and you're sharing like little precursors of what's to come. And that is the absolute best way to do it. When we were talking about what we wanted to share with you today, we were going to talk more about AI, which we're going to continue to do. And Chelsea, she knows all the things. She's been researching and implementing, and it's wild what we're learning. But as we started to see everybody share their products and stories online, we thought, okay, we need to probably switch the focus today to talk about product launch. And now that we have crafted a product of some kind, whether it's just your lead magnet or if it's your actual digital product and your funnel has been built, like, okay, how do I share that thing? How do I communicate that thing in the right way so people can start buying? How do we do attraction-based marketing in the right way so it doesn't feel yucky? You get really confident about what you're selling, excited to, to share all of that. So that's kind of the theme for today's call. But before I hop into some of the details, Amanda has joined us. So I just wanted her to come off mute, maybe share a mom win for today. And just if you I know all of you probably already know Amanda, but I adore her. And anytime she's here to coach, I just get really excited. So I was really lit up by seeing her face.
I'm so glad. Hi. I know most of you guys. I'm Amanda Sellers. I have 12 kids, and we love making content, and we love running businesses from home so that I can be home with my babies all the time. I had a million mom wins this week. My favorite being that my oldest, not my oldest, my youngest son, who's of toddler age, is successfully potty training, and it is making my week. It's good. It's good stuff. So yeah. And leaps and bounds in business. I can barely keep up, and God is good and all of that. It's just such a fun and exciting thing. Actually, Louisa Stringer is on here. So I'm going to call her out. So hi, I'm so glad you're here. Her and I are actually working on a digital product of our own. We are doing a year-long Bible study, and I'm super excited about it. It's kind of behind the scenes right now. So
I'm joining. I'm coming. I don't know any of the details, but I'm there. It's so weird you're saying that, because I woke up this morning and I find it challenging to read the Bible by myself. I just have a hard time interpreting everything. I'm just being honest. Like, I'm so fascinated with like deepening my knowledge, but I want to do it. I'm finding that I want to like do that with people. I'm always trying to like decode what does this mean and how can I apply this? And so, oh my gosh, this is going to be.
I totally agree. We've kind of talked about this behind the scenes too on the abundant management side, but our leg of abundant faith, we kind of we're trying to figure out how to make like a study group out of that. It's not, we haven't landed on it yet. So you guys pray about it. And if it's something you're interested in, let me know. But we're building out abundant faith also. And I think there's just such good and wonderful things about coming together in community, and reading scripture and just praying together. So I know that's not what we're talking about at all. Just good stuff. Good stuff.
No, it's wonderful. I love it, and that's it's super exciting. Yeah, guys, this is just one. This is just one category of abundant management. You know, abundant money and helping you launch businesses from home. This is like our foundational category that we're really trying to build out. But as we get rolling here, we have abundant health, abundant faith, abundant motherhood. And so everything we're doing here is going to get duplicated. And I know most of you know this, but just to reiterate for anybody who's, you know, new to this call, yeah, we're really, really excited. All right. Anybody else want to share before we dive in? No? Okay. All right. So I am going to share my screen, and I'm actually going to drop a file in here for you guys. I thought I had it in my clipboard, but naturally I do not. So give me 1 second.
I actually have it. I'll drag and drop right now.
Can you do it? Thank you. I love you so much. Thank you. She knows what I'm talking about. All right. So I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to get going on. We wanted to give you guys a plan, like a written plan for like how you can launch your product. So the assumption here is that everybody has like essentially already launched their product. So when you get to this step, you've already launched, right? And you're just now getting to a place where you want to share online. And so you can pull this open on your computer if you want to. And there's some links embedded in here, but we're gonna go through it. So how many of you are not at this point? I'd love to know if you're stuck. Is anybody stuck? And just like you cannot get started. Amy, I know we started with you and you said, I just don't know which platform to choose to make I have the product, but I don't have the funnel crafted yet. Is anybody really stuck and have a question?
Me
Me too.
Okay, let's hear it. Because that's critically important, right? As Chelsea would say, that is so important. You need to make sure that is like solidified. So what do you got for us? Who wants to go first? Michelle, you want to go?
Well, I don't know if I really want to go, but
Okay.
I'm definitely stuck.
Okay.
And I have a website. I finally put it up, but it's not up. I haven't really told nobody about it because trying to work with the city, you know, and establishing my LLC and getting an EIN number. And so that's been a big thing for me, you know, when you don't have the funds, and you got to have the funds to get that going. So I'm like, I see people, my friends, I have a friend that when she just sell it, you know, hey, she could online, throw her cards up online, and people buy it from her.
Right.
But I'm trying to, you know, not that that's the wrong way. I'm not judging nobody because that's my friend. And I don't want to be the one that puts something online and then it knock at my door, somebody saying, you didn't pay your taxes. And so I'm having a problem with that. And I'm just afraid.
You have a little bit of imposter syndrome happening?
There we go. And I tried to show y'all my website on Tuesday, but we never got to it. So,
okay.
And I was.
You want to drop the link in and you can
drop
pull
it in
it
the
up?
link so I can pull it up.
Okay,
So,
I'll do.
I also wanted to mention a couple things about establishing an LLC. I'm not a professional, and Is Samia here? Because that would be amazing. She's the
Yeah,
person.
let me look. I don't think she is.
She's our go-to person for all things business, money, background stuff. But what I was just gonna say is my personal experience was getting some products out and going. You pretty much always have a limit that you can make before you start getting called on for taxes and things like that. So the idea being that you can promote your product if you have a digital product or something like that, your services, and you can get started, and some of that money should get redirected into your articles of
Incorporation.
yes, your
Yes.
filing fees and annual regulation fees, things like that.
Mhm.
Cover those costs. That way it's not straight out of pocket, because I know that
Right.
that was one of my holdups in the start. Also, an EIN number should be free. I found every website that wanted me to pay for it.
It is. It's
About to pay
free.
for it. Just making
Mhm.
sure for those who don't know that, because I was like, well, I can't do that. I'll have to wait on that, because I didn't want to pay out of pocket for it, but it's not, that part's free. So, but let me see if I can find the minimum that you can make before you need to be worried about, like, I have to have an LLC and I have to be prepared for taxes. I'll work on that for a second. And also I see your website here. Awesome.
Oh, great. Okay, cool. So the Grain and Grace, is that that's not your funnel, that's your like forward facing website about who you are, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay, I'm gonna let Amanda take a look at that, and then when we have a second, I'm gonna have her comment on just any thoughts she has.
Mhm.
But have you decided on your funnel, like your location of your funnel yet? Like how your CRM, like how you want to get a digital
No,
product experience? Okay,
no,
I think that's the next step for you, for sure.
okay.
Yeah, so the options, there's many options. We have Leadpages. You have a template inside of Abundant Money where you can just click on it and start populating. Okay.
Okay.
You can also email from there, build email sequences for anybody who opts into your lead magnet. Because remember, there's always a freebie that then connects to a paid product. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes,
And have
yes.
you decided what your product is already?
Yes, two things. It's greeting cards
Okay.
and foaming bath soap.
Oh, okay, great.
I know.
Are
Two
you doing
two
drop shipping for
opposites.
that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But
Through Shopify, or like what are you thinking?
I was thinking Shopify or Printify for
Okay.
the cards
Yeah,
and
sure.
Shopify for the foaming. But basically now, if anybody asks me about it, I say, here go a bottle, this free. It's not free, it costs me money. But my friends say charge $6 for it. And they say keep it small. They just drop it in their purse, and when they go to the restroom, they just pull it out, and instead of using the bathroom restroom soap, they have that in that little small bottle, and they use it that way. I said, okay, well, I'm gonna go that route.
Yeah, I
And
mean, I think there's a million different ways for you to sell. That's boots on the ground selling, and it's great. It's kind of walking, talking advertising. I definitely
mm-hmm.
would love to get you situated with your online platform that you're going to use. Your website is awesome, but let me be clear. I've been selling all year, and the Millionaire Homemaker has not launched its official site. I've been selling all year. I don't have a website.
Get
Okay?
out of here. No
No.
way.
It's beautiful, and I love the idea, and I have great vision for how that will be monetized on its own. But it's
Uh-huh.
not how your website isn't going to earn you $1.
No, if I don't tell nobody, right?
Well, they're not ordering. I mean, they can order off your site if it's integrated. But my point in telling you this is that you need a funnel. You need a way that they can, right, Amanda? Yeah, you need a way that they can order from you. A website is great, but just keep in mind, it doesn't mean that you're profitable because you have a website. I think it helps for people to feel credible, and it's awesome, and definitely work towards that. But I would rather you focus on your funnel. So
Funnel.
your lead magnet, your digital cards that you're talking about, and then I would suggest Leadpages and integrating it with Shopify. That's what I would. And do you have access to Abundant Money? Do you need help with that?
I have access. I think I made a mistake and I have two type of access to it. And every time I go in I need help. I think I
Okay.
have two
Can
accounts.
you do us a favor? Can you email, do you have Chelsea's email address?
Yes.
Okay. And you can copy me too.
Okay.
I'll put in the chat
Thank you.
and we'll get you some support, okay? Because I want you
Thank
up and running.
Me, me too.
Yeah.
Forgive
Okay.
me for not having my camera on. It's thunder and lightning. So I'm on my cell phone and I got all the lights out, trying to,
You're
let
fine.
God do his work.
Absolutely, you're fine. Okay, a couple thoughts on an LLC. You do not have to establish an LLC. You don't have to establish an LLC before you're like up and running and going. Having
Okay.
an LLC gives you benefits of safety. If something were to go wrong with a customer in some capacity and someone tried to come after you, it protects your personal finances. So once you get into much bigger situations, obviously you would want to have that protective layer of an LLC. Once you're making considerable more and dealing with a lot more people, because people sometimes. And as far as taxes go, if you're making more than $400, you need to, so like next year when you go to your taxes, if you make more than $400 this year, this is the quick read that I'm reading, just kind of a basis to keep in mind. You want to be documenting all of this and
400.
bringing
Okay.
it up for next year. So one of the things I do, and when I started my business for social media marketing, I literally took 30% of everything that I earned, every piece of, and I have mine all portioned out. And I have this is all, sorry, my brain went in a tangent. Let me finish what I'm saying. I have all these resources available on Abundant Money, actually, all of my budgeting, all of this breakdown. But I'm not trying to sell it to you. I just wanted to tell you the basic of it was that I take 30% of everything that I earn and I set it aside in a separate account. Mine's in a business account now, but for the last 2 years, it wasn't. It was just a separate account. And that I kept separate as for whatever was going to come up with taxes. That means it covered whatever taxes I was going to have to pay for my earnings for the business, and covered my accountant, my tax guy, because his cost more than my taxes did often. So that's my advice. And I want that to help you kind of get over that hurdle of like, let's get off the ground. Let's start paying things, getting things paid. Let's start getting money in.
Yes.
So you can be working on the LLC and the EIN number as you're earning, and your earnings can help cover any fees and costs for those things, and just make sure you're prepared for next year's taxes. I do it all at once. And I think I'm going to be switching that up as we go. And I think I might pay mine quarterly, but for the last several years, I've done it all at once, and it worked out just fine for me. And your website's beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
But we do need, you want direct, you want like Leadpages to direct products. You want funnels through from the things people are interested in straight to buy, like right this.
Okay.
I don't know if it's a lazy people thing or what, but it just works out a lot better. Directing them to your website and is great for if they're wanting to know more about you, what you do, other products that you have to offer. It should always be available for them to get to. But as far as making direct sales for the things that you've created or you've prepared to sell, you want to take them straight to checkout. We don't want to have to go through your whole website to find it.
Absolutely. Okay, so I just want to make sure I have everything written down clearly. Funnel, landing page, CRM, anything over 400, where that's when you pay taxes, have 30% set aside to pay the taxes. I hope I ain't missing anything. I just want to make sure. So 2 weeks, y'all. Give me 2 weeks, and I hope to come back with a success story. Thank you.
Love that. Okay, I think we had one other question, and then we'll streamline everything else. I promise, everybody.
All right. Thank you. I'm sorry, y'all.
No, please don't ever apologize. That's why we have this call.
Why Thursday calls are here. Exactly. That's what this is for. We love the questions.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody else? Stuck. Don't know what to do next to launch. Okay. If you think of it or you get brave and you want to come off mute, just interrupt me and we'll go for it. Okay. You can see my screen. Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right. So we have this document for you. And I want you to look at this document kind of like a checklist of sorts to help guide you through, okay, what do I need to do now so I'm launching with intention and you're not just kind of throwing some spaghetti at the wall? Because I think a lot of us tend to get into that like mode, where we just start posting random things so somebody will buy something. But if we can be a little bit more strategic and understand, okay, well, this post is designed to do this. It's designed to give some awareness. This one is creating some curiosity, this one is just a direct, like, hard hit. I like to think about it the way Gary Vee describes it, where it's like a jab, jab, right hook situation. So I always think about that in my posts when I'm launching something. I'm going to make them curious, and boom, and then sell them with a hard post, So I do covert, that's my jabs, with an overt offer, which is like, okay, you like it, boom, sell, if that makes sense. I'm sorry, my punching ability is probably terrible.
Make sure you don't tuck your thumb under. Okay. Thumb in.
How do you know this? I really always wanted to do like a kickboxing class or something. Like I don't know. I told my husband I wanted him to install like one in my basement, get like all my frustrations out. He's like, Lexia, he's like, I love you, sweetheart, but you are not going to use that. So anyway,
that would make a great series for you on social media.
Right? I know. I'm trying to go through my health journey right now. You guys, it's going pretty bad. Well, this week I've improved. I've worked out 3 times. It's good. It's good. The babies have been involved in that every step of the way because I woke up at 4 and so did my child. And I'm like, why? Why? I swear they know. They just know when you're trying to
right back to bed when that happens. Oh,
I know.
You're doing amazing. You're doing better than I am.
Yeah, the worst. Okay. All right. So let's get into this. So let's say that everything in your product is done. You have built it out on Canva. It's downloaded. You have the lead magnet and you have your product that you're selling. I think most of you are launching low ticket products like cards, recipes, DIY guides, things like that are paid, but they're still low ticket. And then once you do that and you have the funnel already in place, okay, and you have your email sequence for anybody who opts in, that's your upselling to that digital product, okay? Now you're ready to, and it's functioning, it's working, right? So that's like one of the steps in here. Like, we gotta make sure that I say check your tech. Make sure all the links in your funnel are working. Have someone else do it for you. Depending on what platform you are, you can do it as a test. But just buy it yourself and give it back. I've done that so many times. Like when Chelsea and I were launching our co-product, I can't even tell you how many $45 products I bought to then just give it back, So make sure that that's working. But one of the things you want to do, most of you have email lists, I think, that you've started. So maybe they're not big. Maybe you have like 10 people on this email list. I don't care how big it is. I want you to get in the habit of communicating with them. So you have to like announce it to them. That's like your core audience. So it's not you blasting to the ethers. This is people who are already warm. They already like you. They've already, established who you are. So let them know, why you created this product, why you love it, and announce it to them in an email. Okay. Make sure that you've included a free version too. So that's the first step of the lead magnet. We'll give them a link for the freebie. Does take them to the paid product anyway. And then also give them a direct link to the product itself as well, right to the checkout. Just see if they'd be interested in that. I think those are good things to include. Also, if you have any bonuses. So sometimes, and some of you are like, okay, for the first week, I'm offering, a bonus. It could be an extra digital product they get. It could be discounted. I don't love discounts. I just don't. I know there's a lot of different theories on that, but just make sure you include that as well. We want to check your text. So make sure your links are working, the thank you page, all of that. And the emails are delivered. Make sure that you're getting your emails. It's so, so, so important. So remember, there should be 3 to 5 emails that you get after the opt-in. After you opt into your lead magnet, you get one that says, welcome, here's your, your freebie, right? But then you go on to tell a little bit of a story and why they should buy that $25.97 guide, right? And you do that every day. They get another email from you. Some people sparse it out like weekly, so they're getting hit up every week. I would suggest, I think they need to be hit up more than that, like in that sequence. I do once a day for like 5 days. That's my strategy. But you can play with it and see what works best and what's converting best. Okay, the next thing I want you to check is your bio on
Can I
Instagram.
interrupt you? I'm so
Yeah,
sorry.
please.
Before you move from the emails,
Yeah.
I need you to like straighten my mindset on email
Okay.
because I don't send emails. I've never sent emails. And I have like 4,000 unread emails in my inbox. I'm like the worst person ever. So
I'm terrible as well.
my mindset is like, it's just spamming people and like that's not where I'll actually connect. And I hear people say all the time that emails and your email lists are actually where the magic's at. So I just need someone to make.
Yeah, so I think a lot of people do think that. And I do think that a large majority.
Can I interrupt you?
Please go.
We made $427 today from an email blast from yesterday. Just FYI, emails work.
They do.
That's the only way that I sold my clothing too. Emails, email campaigns. People look at them. It may not be us. I'm just like you, but email campaigns, the right email flow, they work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You gotta remember too, like if you're getting like a daily email in that thread, and someone eventually they might not click into the first one, but maybe they click into the third one, you know? And so that sequence is different than your daily interaction on your email listing. If you remember, Shannon said she emails daily and she does it twice. The morning email that she sends out is something that's valuable to them, like a valuable nugget. And then the afternoon she sells them. She pushes the product. You need to find what works for you. I think that it could be one email where the first part is value and the second part is like a little bit of that hook where you're trying to get them and push to buy. But find your flow. I more or less want you doing it. I just want you getting in the habit of emailing your people. And again, this is different than that opt-in email sequence. Is anybody confused about the difference? Anybody confused?
I wonder if
Yes. I'm trying to get into another room because I want to talk to y'all. I'm sorry. Yes, I'm confused. Help me, please.
So when you have your when you create your funnel and someone opts in to buy or I'm sorry, to download your free download of what, say it's I don't know, it's a ChatGPT prompt that you're giving away for free, or like 5 ChatGPT prompts that you're giving away for free, and you package them and they're like, these are the highest converting ChatGPT prompts, like you need to get them. Okay, so someone gets into the first page of my funnel and it says download these prompts, right? They put in their email address and boom, they then go check their email. And that's where the prompt is. That's email number 1. It says, oh, thank you so much for downloading, these prompts. But really what you need is my XYZ product, right? So boom, there's the upsell. And so then they're gonna get another email from you too. This is gonna be email number 2 in the sequence. And it'll say, I hope you're really loving the prompts. Have you downloaded my viral playbook to to learn how to go viral on Instagram, right? Check it out here. Day 3. Hey, like you can tell like a story. You can tell like a story or something. I'm just giving you examples. Like I might say, one of my biggest challenges with getting people to stop and actually pay attention, was my hook. Here's my number 1 tip for creating a hook. And then I give them my tip and I say, hey, here's my viral playbook, boom. And then I keep doing that. Does that make sense? And I do it in a series of 3 to 5 emails, and they don't ever change. Anybody who gets my prompts for ChatGPT then gets boom, 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 gets that series because it's upselling them to the viral playbook. And so that is an email sequence for your lead magnet. That is different than you doing daily blasts. I'll call them email blasts to your audience.
Will you say the second and third one again? I was typing that in my notes. So just like a highlight of what the second one is.
Oh, we have a visual for you guys. I'm gonna drop it into the chat at some point, or maybe we can email it to you. We have templates, and I think there's templates for you also, right, Chelsea? Actually, Chelsea, don't answer. Amanda, there's templates for the email sequence in Business in a Box. Like, we have the email sequence template for you.
I still haven't finished Business in a Box.
Oh my gosh, please go finish it.
Because I'm like, you know, when you start creating and then you start thinking about all these other products that go with it.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, Toni just made a really good point. Okay, I'm giving you some ideas, but use your bot. This is why we primed out your bot. This is why we like put in prompts in there for you to build out your business. So your ChatGPT thread knows everything about your business. It's going to do a much better job than me saying, oh, I think you should talk about this in the second email or this in the second email, because it's so familiar with your mission, your vision, your values, and your content that you're creating every day. I use my thread to build content every day inside of there. So anytime I ask within a different question, it uses everything I'm talking about, and all the things that are like important to my audience. It's priming it every single day. So definitely use your bot to create emails for you. And that way you don't have to work as hard. And it's incredibly fine-tuned for your audience, and probably using keywords. It's going to help with all the things to help create zing when they're going through those emails. And it's going to resonate more clearly with them because it identifies and uses those keywords, if that makes sense. Okay. All right. Yes, and your newsletter too. Yeah. So some people call them newsletters. It depends on your business and what you want to do. So, Chris, I know you have your magazine. That's like a quarterly thing. It's just different depending on what your model looks like. But again, I think blasts need to be going out every single day. And don't think about it like spam. Think to yourself, and even put this in the prompt for your ChatGPT when you're building out your daily emails. But let ChatGPT know that you don't want it to feel like spam. You want it from your brand voice. You want it to create valuable nuggets of information that your specific audience will find valuable, and then will want to continue reading the email to then buy your XYZ product. So design it with that intention in mind. Give that prompt specifically, so then that is the result inside of your email sequence. I actually ask ChatGPT often to use curiosity-driven language. And I ask it to create it on loop. So as they read something I've written, it hooks them every couple sentences. You know how it's like the end of a, this is a great example. You know how the end of a soap opera, you always want to watch the next episode, right? Or even in Netflix, when you're binging these episodes, it never ends in a way that you feel, oh, that was really nice. Like, oh, is he gonna kiss her? I don't know. And you have to like keep watching the next episode. It's the same thing with your content. So you want to ask ChatGPT to build your content the same exact way. And actually, we're going to get into it, but that's how I design my carousels. If anybody has seen my carousels on Instagram, I've been really, really working hard on them lately so they can be high converting. And I've had several of them go viral.
So good. They were so good.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I had to work really hard. Like I used my viral playbook method and I started applying it to carousels. But the biggest difference is it's this cycle of like keeping them hooked. Every slide you have to rehook them. Every slide you have to like, get them excited to keep swiping. And so you can have ChatGPT build you carousels like that, if that makes sense. And then just so you know, as a really good rule of thumb, we always do research. And I always thinking, what is my audience caring about right now? I do research. I find topics that are trending. Sometimes it's a reel. I'll take a snapshot of it and say, okay, this is a really good concept. Now let me drag that snapshot, upload it to ChatGPT thread and say, okay, I love what this person's talking about. Now let's take this same idea and let's rebrand it for the Millionaire Homemaker, right? And then I ask it to give me a new hook, build out brand new information that has nothing to do with the post I just said maybe, but like it has the essence of the topic, but nothing that they've suggested. It's all like my organic content, because I do value originality in that way. And so then you've created something really special that your audience already cares about. It already went viral a million times. So now it's going to help you and probably do really well on your page. So proof's in the pudding. I always say that, but it's true. Okay. So we're we're going to move on. We're going to move on to your bio. So once you, Amanda, is there anything else before I move on that I missed in that? Because I kind of went on a little bit of a rampage with carousels.
Amazing. I think I want to point out that you use the word like scammy or spammy. Spammy is the right word. Chris said spammy. You just have to remember that the intent of the funnel process is to refine out the people who are in front of you, your audience, to refine out the people who want to be there for your products, for your information, for your daily emails, for whatever that is. If they give you do you guys all have a junk email that you put in when it's like, I know this is probably going to spam me and I don't really want to see it every day? Yes, they're going to give you that one. If they're like, no, this is so important to me, I want to see this every single day, they're going to give you that email. So you don't need to worry about whether what you have to offer is becoming spammy to your people. Your people will filter themselves out. Either they will continue and they will be there and they'll buy in and they'll open your emails when it feels good to them, or they will give you the junk email, or they will just unsubscribe because that's an option. I was going to also say that Maria Wendt, we love her process. She does some really cool things. I get her emails every single day and I go, oh, interesting, I might look at that later. But I get them often. She always gives some kind of solid value, and sometimes she'll send a sentence or two, like literally 2 sentences, an email that's like almost like she texted me this morning, like, oh, hey, I had a thought about you. Thought maybe you would want to see this. Like,
that's genius.
It's so great. And it's so like low demand. Like, I don't feel like I have to read this big giant thing. It's just like, and usually she links me to some free product of some kind. And then within that free product at the bottom, like we said, there's some kind of upsell. There's some kind of like, oh, if you want to know how to use this product, or if you like haven't seen my courses yet, then here's this. And it just like, it goes and goes and goes. Such a great funnel system, but the emails themselves don't feel spammy. They feel like a friend just shot something over to me because they thought of me, that kind of thing. So that's what we're going for. And don't put too much pressure on yourself to put these giant newsletter style emails.
No. So we copy and paste Maria Wendt into our business bot for Abundant Academy. And those are the actual emails that go out for Abundant Academy and AI Mom, is the Maria Wendt style. And now our business bot knows the Maria Wendt style. And so I'll ask her specifically for varying lengths. And sometimes we're not promoting anything. Sometimes we are promoting something. It's just a way for people to stay relevant on our email list, because you have to remember, you get to a place to where like we are getting to a place where we have probably like between all of our platforms, probably like 100 to 150 new emails a day, which is low for what our goals are. We want more freebies, but we have to stay in touch with those people all the time. Like those are new people to your platform. So we want to make sure that we get emails to them and they know who we are and we stay at the top of their inbox. So when we do sell them, they buy. And that's when we have like surges. And sometimes people buy cold because they feel like they've gotten to know us through email.
I mean, people have to see your stuff over and over and over again for them to even recognize your name. And to say, oh, do I know that person? And then they start paying attention. So we think we're saying the same thing over and over again. That person doesn't even know our name yet. And finally, when they start paying attention, they start realizing the value. So you have to remember there's a customer, experience that happens, and it takes a little time. And Chelsea, I remember when we first started, drafting comms for Abundant Money, and we took emails and we chopped them down. Like I remember sending Chelsea an email saying, she's like, yeah, but we really just need to streamline this. People aren't even going to read past. So I think that if you can write something, like how can you say the same exact thing with less words? Because it's true. Like if you can get to the meat of it, but still pack a punch, pack some value quickly, I think that's all like really, really important. Yeah, Toni. So yeah, respect others' time. I think that's a great way to put it. Everybody's time is super valuable. So like, what can you do? I love Maria Wendt's style of the one-liner. I mean, what Amanda said, that's like, she what she's doing there. She's making you feel like a friend. That is brilliant marketing. don't talk to them like you want them to buy something. Talk to them how you would communicate to them about like how your weekend went. Like it's brilliant and it works. So
I just
all right.
dropped an example in the chat. Also, there was another one that I just scrolled past because it was a little bit longer, but she's literally like, Amanda, I have to tell you this story. And then and of course I know it's not personal to me, but it felt personal to me. And then I'm like, wait, what happened? I want to know, like
And curiosity gap, right? So build in curiosity gap in the first line. That is a hook. And it's brilliant. I love that. Okay, so I want to be cognizant of time too today. So only thing I really wanted to say about your profiles is for you to make sure that people know what you do. we all know it's great that you like cats, but let's keep that out of your profile, okay? You are a business now, okay? You're a personal brand. Make sure you're sharing
about cats, and then if it's specifically about cats, then go ahead.
And then put cats in there. I'm just teasing. I'm sorry if I offended anyone. I'm glad you like cats. But just how you're helping people. Okay, so think about the result that you deliver. That needs to be in the bio. And I'm making this part of the checklist because most people don't think about it. And then people go to your page. Guess what? They went to your page and it said you like cats, but you actually are selling how to help kids in the summer. And they're confused. There's a brand gap. And there's dissonance. They can't understand. So you have to guide them along. Make sure too that you share what you can give them for free. Some people even put like a little arrow, like grab that link, grab that freebie, like whatever it is, like grab it right here. Push them down. Now, I have a stand store, so I put all my links in the stand because I just think it's really pretty. Many of you have link trees. That's fine. It doesn't matter. The step one here that I want you to make sure of is that your funnel link is in the profile, whether or not it's the one link that you use on Instagram, which is fine. Simple is good. People get way overwhelmed. If you have your entry point to your funnel as your link that you're using on there, which I think now you can have up to 3 on Instagram, right, Amanda, for links, I think? 3, yeah. Okay, but have it there. And it's not customizable and that you can't like put a button on it with the name of it, but just put that link there. People will click on it if there's not a lot to choose from. Okay, get them into your funnel, get yourself collecting those emails so you can have that touch point with them. You can start building your relationship. Okay, so priming your audience. I have seen many of you do this online this week where Carissa, like you were talking to your audience. Amy, you were talking to your audience about like what's coming, right? I made this journal, it's coming, and I'm so excited that I made it. Get excited, share your excitement, let them know there's something cool coming. Maybe you don't even have to say what it is, but you can say who it's gonna help and how it released some pain for you. Build curiosity in your stories, okay? And make sure you're doing that consistently. If you just all of a sudden out of nowhere, out of the blue, hit them with your product and you haven't been guiding them on the journey, it's gonna feel really weird. And people aren't going to buy it. So if you can like make them comfortable with what's happening and it makes sense to them, then they're more apt to buy. Countdown stickers are really cool, like inside of your stories as well. I love doing stuff like that. Behind the scenes of you working, of what you're building is great as well. Okay. So when you start doing your actual social media, we have a couple like templates for you that you can use. We have like a static post intro that you can use. So if you click on this inside, it'll take you to, it should open up to, let's see, will it just go? Oh, it'll copy link. Okay, sorry, I forgot to open this up because that's silly. We don't want to see, who's that? Okay, hold on. Oh no, I might just have to open up my Canva. I don't know what happened there. Okay. Can you please go copy link? Should work. Oh, that's a top link. Oh, I might have done a different one. I'm sorry, this might be a different one. I may have to go fix these. Oh no. Okay. I'm gonna check these links. Just hang on tight with the file itself will work. I'll just swap out the links for you because like they are all built in here. So don't worry about that. Let me see if I can get to this one. I really wanted you guys to see these today. Because what we want to do, let's see what that one will go. It's probably not going to go either. I think I need to be logged in. I think that's the problem. Sorry, everybody. Appreciate your patience.
I just have a like deep personal fear. There's nothing nefarious on my computer, but when I share my screen and I like do other things, I'm always scared something will pop up. Michelle, I saw your hand up a minute ago.
I'm trying to figure out if somebody would share that link again. I changed to another computer because I couldn't take it anymore. I was in the dark, and you was making me so excited. I had to get on another computer, and now I can't get to the link that you shared, and I'm going crazy here.
So doc one
Okay.
of what we're working on here.
Yes, ma'am. That form right there.
Amanda.
If you would drop it in the chat again.
Okay, so I think what I'm going to do here is just take you to my Canva, and then I'm going to show you what I have in there, because it's not, you're going to get behind the scenes of everything that I get to work on. I'm so sorry, but you'll get to see it. Woo! Okay, let's see here. This is the brand template. Okay, first I'm going to show you this one. So this is an introduction. You have a template for this. Now you can go populate your own, but this is one that we create for our girls inside of the academy. And this is like an intro of who you are. So we want to show you this, and this is available to you. Remember, it's always great to kind of do introduction posts, and you think everybody knows what you are doing, but they don't really. They're not honed into you as deeply as you might think. So I think having an introduction post about who you are, who you serve is great. So this is one that we did a while back for our ladies on Abundant. So I'm Alexia. I help mom turn their gifts into income from home. I believe homemaking is a superpower and building wealth from home is a legacy. After becoming a mom, I knew I wanted more, right? I create some, basically my value statement of like what I want for people, like my mission, right, is here. And then I move on and say what I do inside the academy. So we actually created a template for you, and you can grab this one. I'm gonna show it to you in a second. Like crazy through these. Hold on. I'm so sorry. I was prepared, I promise. Okay, this is the one. This is the template, brand template. Here it is. Okay. So right here, you'll click on your link and it will work, I promise. And it'll say like, hi, I'm insert my name. I help insert my target audience and how you help them, not you help them. I believe, and then insert your mission statement, right? And then so you keep going and go through the template, and let's see if we go back then. Oh, after insert the pain point. So after this thing that I was struggling with and like what you did about it, right? So take them through and then share your vision for your business. You'll swap out the pictures too. This is my family, but you swap it out to whatever you want, drag and drop. Okay, this is just what you can do. I now teach, insert your target audience and insert the result you give. And then so you can show a transformation. So like basically what they'll receive from working with you. And so that template will be great. Drop in a new picture and then just say basically to follow you. You can add a little follow button if you want, and they can understand what they can expect by following your page. And so I love one of these. I love to pin it at the top of my my top 3 images when you go to my page, so people know what I'm about.
Alexia, really quick. Sorry, big brother here spying on you.
Yeah.
Yes, this is a perfect intro. I love this. Can we make sure that we add a slide of them being an Abundant Academy mom? I want to make sure that's like
we'll add on the end.
And then they can collaborate with us on that. That was the really core focus. I want to make sure that they drive that home. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, definitely. And so like in mine, I have that I'm like, if you have a course inside of the academy and you're planning on it, like you can even say inside of an academy, I teach XYZ, right? And you can put that right in there. If you're planning on partnering with us and putting your courses on the academy, I think that's great. And we definitely want you to do that. We'll add in a slide to that template so you can use that. And so as you're going through here, we want to make sure, like after you're done these and you post them, you do want to make sure that you tag us, number 1, in your copy, but then also collaborate with us when you're posting, because Then we're going to reshare that on our page so everybody in our community can see. And then we know who has launched, so we then understand how and when we want to share that to our greater community, and we have a massive reach. And the whole point of this is to get more eyeballs on you, so they're buying your products. So you know, there's that. Another piece of another template that's available to you as well is taking them kind of on a product transformation journey. So a really interesting one that you can do would be, you know, you've been told that, insert a popular belief that you have, and then the desired, or the insert like the desired result, right? And then, but what if it was actually keeping you stuck, right? And so you take them through that. And so most people are doing all the mistakes, right? Then you keep going. But this still keeps happening, but I still feel tired. I still feel exhausted, or like, you know, I'm still unorganized, or I'm still eating unhealthy, you know, whatever it is, like think about the things that you're experiencing. I even like to say, you still feel, you still experience, you still are. I think those are really good. And then you keep going, here's what I started doing instead. And then list out what basically your product, what it does, right? To kind of build that curiosity. And here's what happened next. Like after I started doing that, I now feel all of this. Like now I am energized. Now I have lost 20 pounds, or like whatever it is that it relates to the niche, you can do that. So that's why I created insert your product, right? And then there you go. So you can describe the product, who it's for, and again, what it will solve, right? And you go on and on. Access instantly, comment, you know, your keyword. And tell us if we want to add a slide, you know, with involvement for the Academy on this one too, we can. So just hang by for the new links that I will populate inside of this document, and we'll share it for you actually in an email, so you have it officially as well. We also have a reel for you. We're kind of still working on that, but this is like the product release one. I'm having a hard time connecting it to CapCut, but we created a little template for you inside of CapCut that kind of takes you on the release. It's kind of fun. It's just like basically the release of your product, like it's here, you know, and it kind of gives you little visuals of the product itself. It's just a fun way to kind of actually announce it. We have that as well. Okay. So once you are starting to do that, make sure you're tagging and collaborating with us. That's super, super important. You want to make sure you're doing daily stories, like talking about it. We want to make sure that ManyChat is enabled. That is super important. And even if you don't have a big following and you feel like you can connect with these people, the problem is a lot of times, if they're not following you, you can't direct message them and it stinks. But ManyChat bypasses that problem and gives them the link anyway. So if you're not following each other, you can't send them a message, and then you'll never be able to give them the link if they've asked for it. That's why the ManyChat is essential. I remember when things started going viral, I hadn't sent out my ManyChat yet, and I was trying to manually send links to people, and I couldn't send them to, like, I would say 75% of the people that asked for it. So that's why it's so important that you do that. Okay. All right. The stories are important. Like I said, you can even create a ManyChat sequence for your stories too. So like as they are listening and you say, you know, comment, you know, rise to this story or whatever your keyword is, then a link will go to them there. You can also build a really beautiful ManyChat sequence. I'm not the expert on the ManyChat sequence. Chelsea's really, really good at it. Maybe we should do like a whole segment on that. I think that would be really, really good.
Well, we can totally do a whole segment on ManyChat. Amanda and I also have been asking, like, maybe we can find an expert at ManyChat to come. We should have an expert from like Go Higher Level, and then an expert from ManyChat like actually come and teach us, so we can learn too.
Really, really good. I'm getting a low battery reminder on my computer. I just give me a second as I'm plugging this in. Okay, so I'm actually going to take you to a storytelling framework that I wanted to share with you. I have some carousel template kind of hook ideas that you can use here, kind of walking them through, educating them, deeper insight. But remember, anytime you do a carousel, you want to think about the journey itself. And again, constantly like rehooking them and getting them to continue to swipe. And so I'm going to jump down here because I know we're already over on time. But got really really, okay. So if you had a high converting carousel, this is like a way you could do it. You've been told that, right? And so this is kind of like what I went through in the sequence when I showed you the template. So insert that popular advice or belief is the key to, right? What is that desired result? But what if this was actually keeping you stuck? So this is like the actual build out. If you wanted to do it differently inside of a different template, or even put this inside your ChatGPT and allow it to create similar templates for you, I think is really great. Here's what most people do, right? That's why it doesn't work, right? And the personal shift, so the transformation then happens. And then here's what actually happened once I did this, and then give them the hook to buy and what happened, you know? So you can see all that right there. It's just there available for you. You can copy and paste that inside your ChatGPT. That would be great. Okay, I wanted to make sure that we went over any questions that you had about templates, or like anything you're getting stuck on when it comes to like when you want to announce it. Like, what are you thinking? And as you say this, I'm going to plug my computer and it doesn't die. Anybody have questions?
I do, Alexia, real quick. So this is saying why we created like the thing we're selling, not our freebie, right? So like this is why I created our $25 product, or the
That's a great question. I personally would do a combination of both. I always do. Sometimes, and I just like to play with it to see what people will bite on. I often sell like the viral playbook direct. But I think that if we were going off of, you know, what you should do, it probably would be to lead to your lead magnet. You know, Amanda, what do you think about that?
okay.
Sorry, I was just dropping the link again in the chat for the people who just jumped on. And I didn't hear what you said. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. She was saying, like, when we're doing these posts and we're starting to announce, like, and we're trying to sell, you know, are we taking them right to the product itself, or are we getting them to sign up for the lead magnet? And so I was saying that I use a combination of both. These posts are pretty designed to be like very right hook, like get the product. And I do think you should just do that, but like, you know, lead magnet you can direct to the lead magnet as well. It really just depends, you know, I think on what your goal is. And again, I try different strategies. A lot of times I covert sell like with remixes and things, and in the copy, I'm having them drop a keyword for the lead magnet. So it's not really a sale on, you know, the product itself, but I'll be like, you know, it would be something about family and intentional time, right? And I'll say in the copy, like, you know, if you want to get started on having an online business to get more time back with your family, I have this, you know, free guide that'll help you get started and know how to set up those processes. And then they'll drop the keyword to get the lead magnet to then go through my funnel. So there's, you know, different ways you can do it. Amanda, do you think that's the right way, or do you have other thoughts on the way they can do it?
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I think it's important to try different ways as well, just for your audience and for your message that you're trying to convey. Each one of those routes has a different purpose, and they can do really well. So
yeah. One of the other things that I wanted to talk about today was the concept of really using your ChatGPT to do carousels. And so if you notice on my page, like I have a lot of carousels that like you can definitely tell that they're auto-generated, right? Like I didn't touch these. These were created with a simple prompt in the ChatGPT. And then what I'm finding is that they do better than anything I would ever build inside of Canva. And so I want to say that because it's less time for you usually. It takes a little skill. And so I would encourage you to try and work with it. But what I do is simply like I get inspired by an idea or a post topic that's doing really, really well on Instagram. Sometimes it's a reel, sometimes it is already a carousel that's been done in a different niche, but I know it would apply to my niche. And so I will ask my ChatGPT, like, hey, use this. I take a screenshot and I'll say, use this as inspiration. I want to build a similar style carousel topic for my target audience, for the millionaire homemaker. Please develop a curiosity gap driven hook to begin for my opening slide, and build out the rest of the sequence and slide deck to have curiosity loops built in. And so I say that in the prompt, and then it'll come back with like the script of, and it'll break it out like slide 1, slide 2, slide 3. I do tell it the last slide I want it to be a call to action, and I'll let ChatGPT know the call to action that I want, and then it helps to frame it out for me. I look at it, and then what I end up doing is usually it gets really, really close. Usually I love everything that it's come up with. I give it some suggestions, I modify, but then I take each slide, I copy and paste it. I paste it back into the ChatGPT just prompt section, and I say, okay, this is the text I want you to use for slide 1. Generate an image that is on brand with the millionaire homemaker that would resonate highly with my target audience. Usually the first slide is really like, it's gotta like be something that's gonna like catch their eye and even be a bit controversial at times. And I'll say that inside of my prompt, and it will then auto-generate an image. I have to do each slide separately. If you ask her to develop a whole carousel, it won't give you all of this. It won't give you all the pictures at once. It just can't handle it. You got to do it one at a time. And that's exactly my process for carousels. And so I would say that for you and your products, you could do something similar. So just to give you an example, and this is the best way for me to show you is my own page, because okay, so is it this one? Okay, this is a good example. Okay, here's what phones are doing to our families and what happens when you finally unplug. So it gives you a stat that's alarming. We check our phones 150 times a day. It goes on to build intrigue, but what you're really craving is this. So it's giving you that result. Like, I want peace. I don't want to feel overwhelmed, right? And then it starts to take you on the journey of what happens 1 hour, 3 hours, 6 hours, and 24 hours after using your phone. Right? So then builds in, oh my gosh, I want to be making bread. I want to be in my garden. I want to feel the peace, right? And so again, it's the transformation journey that you're sharing. This is called storytelling. And this is what you want to get to in your carousels with your products. This is selling a product, and you would never know it. I don't even tell you to buy my product in the last page, but ask me how many people ask for the link. You know, tons. So many people ask for the link because of my copy. Now I buried it. So Amanda's probably going to say, you know, put that up at the top, Alexia. And I get nervous. I don't know why. I just do sometimes. I do it both ways. But anyway, so I had them comment, ignite, and let's start building your business the right way. They don't even know what they're getting, but all they know is they don't want to feel the way that woman feels on slide 1 and 2 of the carousel. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And so this is a great way for you to then bake in your lead magnets right there. Okay. You are selling a feeling, you're selling an experience, you're selling the hardship and pain point, and how to overcome it. You have the solution to that. And so this had nothing to do with my product at all. And that's covert selling, and it works like a charm. It's beautiful. I did it the other week too with this one, and it did so well. This one I think went viral. Which one is it? If I can find it. And then I'm gonna wrap up here with final questions and everything. But I wanted to give you just one more example so you knew what to do if it will load, and I don't know that it will. Oh, this one, yes. See, 2,000, yeah, that has a lot of shares. So they told us it was normal to spend our lives apart, but maybe that's exactly why families feel so disconnected, overwhelmed, out of sync. This is directly selling Viral Playbook. Okay, directly selling the Viral Playbook. I said nothing about my product in here. Nothing at all, but it talked all about the feeling of home, right? And people went crazy for it. They asked for 348 people, you know, asked for the product. So like, well, less than that, but you know, you see what I mean? Like, they asked for it. So you can sell without directly selling well. That's just one strategy to carousels. Now, I definitely believe that you should create the anchor carousels, and the anchor carousels are the ones that we showed you. So one about who you are. The second one was about that journey of the problem and the solution. I have these in my top one as well. I think I've changed them up. This is about my mission. So this is like my mission one, which you can kind of go through and see like what I care about. And then this is like that intro. We have a CapCut template for you for this one. This is a reel introducing yourself if you don't like the carousel style. And we're gonna plop all these into that document so you have them. And all we ask is that when you use this template, make sure that you're inviting us to collaborate with you and tag us too, so we know that you have launched your product. We can't keep track of everybody's stuff. You know, we get a million messages a day from on Instagram, on email, in chat messages. We don't know. So this is a surefire way. If you tag us and collaborate with us, we will accept and we will share you out. And then we'll make a notation that that's something we want to then talk about in our other, on different platforms and things, email, etc. All right, I think there's been some stuff in the chat. Let me just check real quick. Oh gosh, my chapter still gives me a lot of really cheesy lines. Okay, she's amazing and everyone. Okay.
Michelle, did you have a question?
I did. A quick question. So you know how sometimes people send you these cute little pictures like this one. If God is all you have, then you have everything you need. So because mine's is cards, can I just like post little pictures and then put my website on there or something like that?
Yeah, are you talking about like repurposing someone else's content?
Well, it's just a meme that
just
people
resharing it.
send me a picture and I can recreate it. I know how to
Yeah.
do it. But I just can I do that? Can I, and because I'm not really selling them anything, but I'm hoping they'll look at go to the website.
Directed to your website. Yeah, I don't see any harm in that. My website itself, my actual Seller Chosen website, is not built out enough to be like the place I would want to send everybody to. So I do that, but when I have, sometimes I'll do that with like our link tree or something like that. We even tried something recently. I think it did pretty good, where we took something unrelated that went viral, like did good. And then after it was already up and going and running, I completely changed the caption and made the caption, like repurposed that entire actively going viral piece, repurposed it for, I don't know, probably one of our coaching sessions. I don't remember. We linked back to something.
For a workshop. We got to do that again, by the way.
Okay,
because our enrollment's down. That worked so well because we reused what we already knew our target audience was enjoying. If this was Alexia's brilliant plan, by the way, and a way to leverage organic traffic. And we just boosted it so they could actually click the link right then and there. And we changed the caption. So if you have a previous post that people have had engagement on and had liked it and we're sharing it, that's the core focus. Is you want to make sure that you're getting shares, because people can like it all they want. People can comment. You want them to comment a trigger word. That's great. But it's the shares that you get new reach, and they're typically sharing it to other people that will enjoy it and like it too, that you wouldn't have otherwise reached. So I learned about that from Alexia's viral playbook and from her remixing strategy, which Michelle, so this remixing strategy is one that Alexia uses quite well, and I need to remember to be doing. You'll see it in my content as well. You find a viral remix, you find a viral reel, or something that is resonating with your target audience that you like. And if it has over 1 million views and over like, I think 100,000 shares or something like that, then you can remix it and it'll increase your exposure to and increase your followers with the right CTA in your caption, that it will be extremely effective. Is that right, Alexia? So that's kind of like what you're saying, Michelle, is reusing.
Thank you.
I wouldn't recreate. I would turn it into a reel and remix it if I were you, but I could be wrong.
No, I think that's the easiest way for you to do it, Michelle, for sure, especially if it already is a reel. If not, you can screenshot it and you can do kind of the strategy that I do in ChatGPT with creating carousels, which is just, hey, create me a different version of this in different words. I like the intention of this, but I want it in my brand voice. And it'll just create you a new one. It'll auto-generate the image. Someone asked me how long it takes me to do these. I'm getting quicker and I'm getting faster. They're not as fast as I would like. I need to build out a sequence of prompts so it streamlines it. for me because the first time I did it, it took me 45 minutes to create my first one.
Right.
And I was like, okay, I can't be spending this much time on every post every day. But I cared because I'm now monetized on Carousel. So I was like, okay, I got to figure this out. So I'm getting a lot faster. Like now I can do like single posts in like, I don't know, like 2 minutes.
Oh, good.
And what I do is I forgot one of the most important things that I do. I build in pockets of block time where I am finding inspiration, and this is my research of what I know my audience will like and has already performed well. I take screenshots and I put it in an inspiration folder on my phone. And so when I have time to then build out my content, I already have a bank of inspo for me to then draw from. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's really important.
Tell me y'all gonna have this. I know y'all recording it. Where can I get this bit? Because I need to, I'm a slow writer and I need this. Y'all have made my life today.
Yeah, you guys need to just remember to always look at YouTube. It takes me anywhere from 48 hours, sometimes 72 hours to get it back up to YouTube. But if you go to Abundant Academy TV, you'll get all of our
I'll leave.
Do that. Thank you.
and share them with your friends, everything.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, Toni, Samia's call should be up there. Is it currently? It should be.
I couldn't find it, but I just skimmed it real fast, so it might be up there and I just missed it.
I may not have gotten it to the editor yet.
Okay. Well, we'll double check that, Toni, and we'll let you know if when it's live, if it's not live yet. One last go back, and then we'll do any final questions. On the remix strategy, please make sure that you're putting an on-screen hook on your remixes. If you don't do that, it is going to seriously decrease the amount of visibility you get, and it just doesn't work as well unless you have the CTA, or the on-screen hook on the remix video. If they already have a hook on it, place it on top and just cover up their letters on the remix, because you can't change what they've already created, if that makes sense. But most really viral videos, what's interesting is like a lot of these ones that have gone mega viral, like sometimes they don't even have a hook. And I'm like, oh man, well, I'm just gonna make it even better. And so to really prime my audience, that helps. Okay, any other questions?
But if you wanted to incorporate your child.
No? Okay, Amanda, do we have anything else we wanted to share today?
Who is the financiallygrowing.com? I just looked at your website. Your name's
Yeah, it's me, Ashley.
I'm sorry?
It's Ashley.
Oh, Ashley. Okay. Awesome. Your website's wonderful. This is awesome. I'm so excited for this.
Yay. I'm launching today. I actually have my flyer that it is attached.
Yes.
It's going to be in a middle school today during their open house.
Did you get your freebie done and your paid product? Did you do it? Did you get your landing page done? Is it going?
I got my landing page done, yes. And I'm messing with connecting everything. But for now, I'm temporarily just doing the bare minimum. So I connect it to my website instead of a Zap.
That's amazing.
And today I'm going to be entering all the products into the store, and then I will have my free product done and my paid product done.
There you go. That's amazing. Great job.
Awesome. Well, congrats to everybody. It sounds like most of you guys are right at the precipice of launching or have just launched. So make sure that you check back this document later this afternoon, and all the templates will be modified a bit and very clearly allocated so you can start using them again. These are like really good anchor posts that you want to keep at the top because they have clear CTAs and they get people inside of your funnel. And that is the whole point, is that we want people inside of your funnel and collecting those emails every single day, every single hour, every single minute. All right. Thank you all so much for your time. And we'll see you on Tuesday. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys. Have a good week.
Bye. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Feel better, Chelsea?
Thank you.